breaking news. Hurricane Dorian has just officially made landfall in North Carolina. Residents are being told to stay inside, with the biggest worry now massive storm surges and damaging winds. Hundreds of thousands of people there are without power. And we are finally getting the full scope of the devastation in the Bahamas. The death toll now risen to 30, but still expected to soar as rescuers are scouring the wreckage of what once was a thriving island paradise. My partner, Ali Velshi, in Morehead City, North Carolina, and Morgan Chesky joining us from Nassau. Ali, let's start with you. What's it like there?
Yeah, well, look, it's cleared up here. There's no rain. It's the first time I've not been completely bundled up in the clothes that you organized for me. Thank you. We even saw a little bit of sun a moment ago. It's kind of hard to believe that 65 miles northeast of here is Cape Hatteras, where this storm has made landfall. And it is, as you said, it's punishing winds over there. Overnight, 6 hours ago, there were heavy winds here. They didn't do any structural damage. They took trees down and some power lines. Back in Bahamas, obviously, this was a windstorm. Back before that in Puerto Rico, it wasn't. Up the east coast of the United States, again, it was storm surge. So it's been different things all along for a very, very long time. But here in North Carolina, the number of people without power, the number of people trapped, much lower than had been anticipated for a couple of reasons. The timing of the storm didn't coincide exactly with the highest of the tide, which would have caused problems, for instance, where I was yesterday in Charleston. There's certainly flooding. There just wasn't flooding the way it was going to be. Over here, winds are calm. There's no rain. As I said, we're about to see sun, but 6 hours ago, it sounded like a freight train coming through here. There was a lot of wind. There was damage, from trees that had come down. But fundamentally, most of North Carolina has been spared this. Cape Hatteras isn't getting spared right now, although it's a much weaker storm. The one advantage everybody in North Carolina has had is the amount of time they've had to think about this storm, Steph. They've been able to position FEMA. They've been able to position National Guard. They've been able to position those utility trucks that have come in from all over the world. So the bottom line is for the east coast of the United States, this has turned out to be better than expected. Obviously, for the Bahamas, much, much worse than anyone anticipated.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.